this is Grandma Lori. Thanks for joining us. Today's story is sponsored by TechieOldLady.com. Our story is Hamster Rescue Squad and the Lost Teddy Bear. Squeak! Squeak! Help! Squeak, the leader of the Hamster Rescue Squad, looked up when he heard his girl crying. He motioned to his squad members, Fluffy and Whiskers, to gear up and follow him. I think our girl is in trouble. Let's go! The three hamsters raced to the girl's bedroom where they found her sitting on the floor next to some stuffing. My teddy bear is missing! How am I going to get to sleep tonight? She cried. Fluffy, the youngest and most eager of the hamsters, said, Don't worry, we'll find it! As the three ran out of the room. Okay, boys, let's look at this logically. We need to take some notes. Whiskers, could you please take care of that? Squeak asked. Whiskers nodded his head as he reached for his notepad. Got it, he said. We know the teddy bear was in the girl's room last night or she wouldn't have been able to fall asleep. That means it was taken sometime this morning, Squeak said thoughtfully. Fluffy said nervously, Maybe it was aliens. I'm afraid of aliens. Squeak and Whiskers just looked at him. Calm down, Fluffy. It wasn't aliens, I can guarantee it, said Whiskers. However, now that I think of it, maybe it was taken by an alien of sorts. What sort of alien? Gulped Fluffy. The cat, was all Whiskers said, as Squeak and Fluffy looked at him with concern. Well, that would make this a dangerous mission for sure. Malcolm wants to eat us, so we must be very careful, Squeak said seriously. Let's hit it. Despite the fact that all three were scared, they put on their helmets and went into the living room where Malcolm the Menace was sitting. Beside him was the girl's teddy bear. Squeak called to the other two and whispered, Let's think of a plan. Whiskers thought a minute and said, I've got it. Here's my rope. I'll shimmy down the rope to the teddy bear, tie it onto its arm, and we'll pull it out. We just need to be careful not to wake up Malcolm. Squeak and Fluffy agreed, so Whiskers climbed up the leg of the table by the couch. He had to be very careful because Malcolm was sitting on the floor in front of the couch. He's missing his ears, Whiskers whispered to his team. That must be why there's so much fluff on the floor next to the girl. He threw his rope down in the front of the couch until it just about reached the floor, tied it off on the lamp on the table, and slowly made his way down the rope. Once he got to the bottom, he started tying the rope to the teddy bear. Squeak and Fluffy looked at each other and heard, Oh, hello, Lunch. I was wondering when you'd show up. You've fallen for my trap, said Malcolm menacingly. At that, Whiskers quickly went back up the rope and yelled, Pull me up! Pull me up! Squeak and Fluffy got on the table, untied the rope, and pulled with all their might. At the same time, Malcolm turned and started going into attack mode, his bottom wiggling quickly. Then he sprang into the air toward Whiskers, but Whiskers, Fluffy, and Squeak were too fast for him. They ran as fast as they could back to their headquarters, not stopping to catch their breath. All three had a hard time breathing and laid out on the floor. That was close. I've never been so scared in my life. Me too, said Squeak. Whiskers finally said, We need a new plan. We know where the teddy bear is. I think we should just tell the girl where it is and let her deal with Malcolm. It's better than becoming his lunch. Excellent idea, Whiskers, said Squeak. The three made their way to the girl's room and motioned for her to follow them. They led her into the living room where Malcolm was plotting his next attempt to get those hamsters. Oh, there you are, the girl said excitedly. Malcolm, you're such a bad boy. You took the ears right off. Malcolm looked at her and said, That's my job, to destroy all stuffed animals. Not this time, said the girl. She looked over at the Hamster Rescue Squad, who were standing a good distance away. She smiled and nodded with love in her eyes as the squad turned back to headquarters. Thank you for listening. This has been the Hamster Rescue Squad and the Case of the Lost Teddy Bear.